So first and foremost, everyone, I'm not sure if you know, there's a little thing called inspiration. Now, obviously, we didn't use it too much last period because we didn't get enough of it. So basically, the idea behind inspiration is you can use it to get advantage, or it's called cancel disadvantage on a check roll. For anything. So there's a little tick in your in your sheet. So there you go. You can go hit that, boosh, done, and it shows whether you have inspiration or not. Now you can't pile it up. You can't have 3 inspiration. You can only ever have 1. So if I try to give it to you again, it's simply wasted.
So just use it.
Yeah, you have to
use it.
That's the thing. It's a toss-up of do you want to spend it now, or maybe you're going to get more later. So we're going to have a little way we're going to roll this. First and foremost,
can you pass it off?
Yes, you can. You can give it to someone else, but it's your choice, not theirs. So you have to go, I will give him inspiration for this, not the other way around.
So instead of giving it to someone, you can choose to use it on any check anyone makes.
Yes, pretty much. It's that's the way the description works. But
if they accept
I've never used it because I just didn't really see the point.
It's kind of
good
fun.
role playing is its own reward.
Yeah, good role.
Essentially, it gives you advantage.
No,
right?
no. The other reason I'm going to do
advantage.
it is because of a little thing I quite like. So if any of you have seen the show West Marches, what they do is at the end of every night or whenever there's a long rest, some characters sit around the campfire and they tell a story, or they simply have a memory of some sort, and that's how we're going to sort of get some characters fleshed out. Your story's going to be
I'm
quite
gonna have
fun.
a great. You know how much fun I'm gonna have with this, Rimmy. You know.
Of course. And basically, whoever's in the story. So if it's a story featuring Torbrick and Zarmus somehow, right? Let's just say that's what the story is. At the end of it, they tell it. People can ask questions or whatever. They can ask them in and out of character if you want. And fucking hell, sugar.
So it sort of fleshes out the past of the
yeah.
group.
And then anyone who was in the story or asked a question gets some inspiration. And it means you're also less likely to die in the West Marches. So, let's kick things off from last time. You're all standing outside of the cave. Inside lie many, many bodies. Around you lie the remains of a goblin village. The remains of a goblin village and the fight that went on. I think all that escaped in the end was a dog, or rather a wolf, that ran out into the forest. But it appears that you've pretty much dealt with the goblin threat, as far as you can tell.
What sort of time is it?
It's around, what we were saying, you spent about the night there, didn't you? Because you were kept the fire going, so maybe it's early morning, just heading on lunch now.
Okay.
Can I try and track the wolf? Not insanely far, just where did it exit the clearing from, and is it hanging around just outside where we can see?
Sure, give me a tracking roll.
What kind of check?
I believe it's a survival roll for tracking now, because they don't have tracking as a skill in the moment. Okay.
That's 11.
Yeah, sure. You make it a little while. You sort of follow it through. You can clearly see where it's panicked and just slammed its way through brush and just, knocked trees aside. Things are snapped off. It's really obvious. Well, no, not like the trees, as in it's just slammed into trees. It's not that big of a wolf. It's just,
it's not going to be hanging around.
It's just double time it. And then maybe about 2 minutes into the walk, it's realised it's making a track, and it sort of slowed down and started to pad through, and suddenly you start to lose the trail as it actually hides itself from anyone following it. So yeah, it headed out towards the road, but that's about as far as you get.
I will walk back to the others. It doesn't seem like the surviving wolf is going to be hanging around, so we don't think we need to worry about it.
I think the sooner we leave this place, the better.
Indeed.
I would agree.
Forget we need to take the heads, annoyingly.
Aye.
Oh,
Gather up
yes,
the heads.
I forgot about that.
Do we really
Give
need
Scraven
all?
what he wants.
Do we really need all of them?
Look, you can not bring the heads, and then you can explain to Scraven that they're all dead and you don't have the heads, so your choice, really. Just remember you're dealing with Scraven.
I mean,
we can bring some ash.
I feel like bringing all the heads would be the best choice.
I mean, I've just got it.
You can't deny we killed them if we filled his fucking house with heads.
I believe that was the
also
plan,
makes a
just
good
to literally
statement.
flood his house. Right, so if that's
Probably
the plan, he definitely would. If that's the plan, then, you spend maybe a few hours just slowly chopping. Okay, question for the slightly morbid here. Do you bring any of the women and children heads, or do you just bring the warriors?
Bring them all.
We've done it now.
Alright, fair enough. Alright, so you end up with...
I mean,
most of the heads off.
I think maybe...
Scraven's gonna want to see the children as well. He's a madman.
Why are you hearing flash in the background?
That's me.
The twist is Pyrian is actually
I
masquerading.
can hear him
as
playing Blood Bowl,
Super
talking
Duper.
about his team, the Starship Sewers.
Oh, I thought he was talking about like Starship. Like, what fucking game is he playing that's got Starship?
When we get to the women and the children, I'm just gonna go and just keep watching the woods. I'm not. I agree we need to do it, but I'm not taking part in it.
All right,
I'll
fair
just go
enough.
stand in the woods.
Keeping your filthy elf hands clean. Got it. So actually,
Yeah,
also,
sure, it's called that.
Flores, we'll kick you in once you get back to the town. But let's just have you got a. Okay, cool. Little homework for you. Go find a little avatar. Like to see how the rest of them got that. Yeah. Flores.
Okay.
Cool. Lovely. Making sure you can hear me. Yeah. Go find an avatar and put it in your little character sheet. Cool. So yeah, the rest of you, once a few hours pass, the grisly work's finally done. You end up with a pile of headless goblin bodies to really freak out whoever the fuck walks across here next, and you start to head home. So pretty much the road home from Herda. I need everyone to give me a perception check here. Something. Oh, definitely a perception. Yeah.
Passive wisdom.
It's no, because this is something to notice. I would have gone with investigation, but you're not actually investigating the area.
One thing I was going to ask was, is there a substantial pillar of smoke from where the farmhouse was?
Oh, yeah.
Nat
explain
20.
in a moment. Okay, holy shit. This is the problem with having so many players, is you're never going to fail on a test.
Yeah.
Ah, well. It's
I
all
think
That's why you
Yes,
normally,
target specific people.
yeah, I know, but normally you have direct
It also
checks.
makes sense though. Like if you think about it,
In a
if
case
you have a
like
lot of
this, it
people,
makes-
there's more eyes. You know.
in this case like this, makes perfect sense because of what you're seeing. So Rob, as you're sort of like you're riding back down this trail, you basically get off the beaten. Let's go get out of the forest trail, which is what led you to the goblins, and you're back on the main road, which had all these clearly crappy, just makeshift goblin traps. The traps have been reset.
Oh Christ, guys! There's traps and they've been reset. We are in a bit of trouble.
No.
I could try and.
It's not like they're going to be a danger to you. They're quite clearly there. It's like there's literally a bag of rocks hanging over a pit in the middle of the road, which is poorly secured, but it's just someone's refilled the rocks overnight.
Okay. I mean, what do we want to do? Do we want to leave these up?
I think the question is more, who's resetting them? If the goblins are all dead.
Well, obviously, Scraven's put some guys behind us trying to, kill some of us, I guess.
Any tracks around the edge of the pit?
You can give me a quick survival roll to check that. But I love the idea that you guys think that Scraven is just built to fuck with you.
He really is.
He is, though.
Shit. Okay, wow.
I mean, just +4.
That was really quite good, Magnet. You see boots that are far too big for goblins. And the first, actually, that's something you'd notice as well, is that they're boot tracks, not footprints.
Is it like human-sized footprints, like bigger? Because I have favorite enemy humans. Well.
Yeah, okay, in that case, yes, they're definitely human tracks.
Yeah, at least it was human-sized. It's a big elf or it's a human.
Where do the
Or it's a
tracks
small
lead?
dwarf. Yeah.
They've come
Hey,
out of the
dwarf-
forest. They've walked around in like the little mud of the road. They've set up the traps. Then they've walked to another one. They've done something there. You can sort of see like the stamp. There's like a clear trail walking up to them, and then there's like footsteps all around the trap, and then walks away, and then continues on for a while, and then heads back out into the forest where it came from.
Bonk. So some human came out of the woods just over there, and walked around and set each of these traps in turn. Could be a rebel or one of the freedom fighters or whatever the fuck they call themselves.
It's by the
Is
way
it
the opposite
already
direction
dressed?
of the goblins. So the goblins are on, say, goblins
What's
are on the
the mo-
south side of the road.
Would we have the world map
They're on
again
the
if we
north
can see
side.
that?
Oh sure, sorry, we'll pull up that.
That's fine.
We had a little map thing. Oh yeah, didn't we had a better map drawn? Oh shit, this is not the good map. Someone had who drew the better map?
I think Jackal was drawing a map.
Yeah.
Well,
Trip's
I
done.
never gotten back to, so I don't really have a.
Yeah, no, sorry, I know.
never
But
went
we
into
had
it.
not the big map. I'm talking about the smaller map you had, which was just of the area. You had one of Herda, which was perfect, but
You can check your person.
yeah, I'm just checking that. Yeah, okay, you had like all the worlds. I don't think you actually had the general area though. That was me. Oh, here we go. That actually works. I'll see if that fits. Hang on.
There is the one I did draw one. It's like back from like 1210 2016.
Yep, I'm just pulling that up now. Okay, so I'll link you all this. Hopefully you guys should be able to see this. I'll toss you a link in the chat. There you go, that's a generally good idea. Now, I believe up the top left, was that meant to be the goblin camp, or what?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect, yeah.
And then on the right side at the north is the rebels.
Yeah, and then down the south is Herder, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Or
Sure.
that general area and everything.
Sure. It's a general idea, like, maybe the scale's not exactly right, but it's kind of a perfect idea of what this is, right? So, the problem is we need to rotate that 90 degrees so that the river is north to south, right? So, pretty much the goblins would be to the south of the road, the rebels would be to the north, and then herders back to the east,
Yeah,
where
so
they came from.
My immediate guess is one of the dipshit rebels is putting out traps, and I don't think you didn't find any loot in the cave, did you? From the goblin cave.
No.
So I'm guessing the rebels are looting the caravans, and the goblins are just being goblins.
I mean, that's what they said they were doing.
Yeah, but the rebels did say they were looting. That's true.
They said they were looting Scraven's supplies to deny them him and gain them for themselves.
But why would they make badly made traps? They sort of blame the goblins.
Because they're stupid? I don't know.
Maybe the goblins were harassing them or getting in the way.
I mean, to throw Scriven off.
All that, yeah.
Could be.
I don't think they're smart enough for petty revenge like that.
Well, they did make these traps. I mean, they're not exactly complex traps, but they are traps.
So, you're
It's
good
interesting.
to head on back to Herder, or is there anything else you guys would like to do here?
I think the less time spent around this crazy village, the better.
Yeah, there might be something interesting to loot from the traps, but I don't think so.
No, barely. There's not much
Scavenge.
falling in. Maybe there's like a small rabbit fell into a pit. It's just sort of hopping in circles.
Dinner.
Alright, so you head back home
not wrong.
towards Herder, and you sort of pass through some rock, some rain, some scorch, as it always is, the changing weather of this land. Just horribly unnatural. But eventually you start to head back to Herder, and you see the large palisade walls rising up, you see the remarkably bulky guards on the walls, and then out the front you also see a second caravan, your own baggage caravan pulling in. You also have a baggage wagon full of goblin heads now, which is all reserved to one wagon. Smells terrible, but you pull in, and there's this other caravan. Seems to be a merchant of some kind. The gates are closed, and they're currently outside. You can see about 4 or 5 people standing there. A few of them look wounded.
Fearless leader.
Hang on, who's got good perception?
I've got +4.
Someone who's not here. Who has +4?
Plus 5.
Rob's got +5. I think he's the best chance for you.
Have they?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's his name?
Adrian.
Oh, he's not here.
It says
He's
in
not on the.
it says in the Discord link, Listman.
Adrian.
Just
Oh,
stick it
Adrian,
on
rather.
Roll20.
Adrian.
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 Say that.
It's just because he wasn't on the screen there.
Oh yeah, he's not.
Adrian. Can you make out what's going on?
I mean, I can take a look. Let's find out, shall we?
Okay, sure, you can sort of see from this. The caravan leader, who's a woman, she's got like what looks like a bandage on her side. She seems to just be arguing with someone at the gate, shouting at him, and at this point he's just turned to ignoring her. And it's probably around the time that you guys are sort of walking up, or... Let me just take that off. You guys, yes, sort of starting to head up. That she turns and sees you, and she just like gives up on the gate guy and goes, "Alright, these guys are the next chance." And she starts walking over to intercept you before you guys reach the gate.
Alright,
She doesn't look happy.
I'll just stand waiting.
Alright, she walks up.
So I'll stand forward.
She's a human woman, she's got some like light leather armor on. And she walks up and goes, "Oh, finally, someone in this fucking town who's a moron. You look, she kind of looks you up and down, tough. Money, payment to the next town, because I want the fuck out of her." She kind of like grabs her side and groans. She's like, "Right, sorry, my name's Jamie."
Hello. Tarbrecht.
She goes, she kind of like holds out her hand to shake yours.
I shake.
Alright. And then she's like, Thank you.
Not her
Someone's
hand. You shake entirely, right? The
He's
body.
shaking violently.
He just
Shaking.
shakes.
starting violently shaking.
Frothing at the mouth and collapse to the ground.
I miss
started
Robo
shaking.
Torbrick. Oh god. Right, no, yeah. So she basically she's like, oh, right. So these asshole guards are requesting stupid amounts of gate taxes that weren't here the last time we were here. We were attacked on the road, and look,
By who?
I'm willing to pay you all that they're asking for just to get us to the next town. All right, town of Haven. Do you know it?
I'm sure we can find it.
She goes, thank God, right. And she kind of leans back, she's powering through her injury, but she's clearly quite badly wounded. Her side's leaking, still leaking blood into this little makeshift bandage. But she's like, okay, look, if we can go as soon as possible, I can pay extra. You don't even have to go into the town. Don't even have to talk to those dickheads.
Well, it's unfortunately we do have to see. Scraven owes us money.
Fine. Hurry. Just hurry.
We'll be back.
Captain,
Yeah,
Captain, if it's okay with you, I'll stay behind with Jamie and I'll tend to her wound.
She kind of stops for a moment and goes, "Are you a healer?"
I have some skill with medicine, yes.
Her eyes light up for a moment, and maybe that really angry exterior falls away, and she's like, "Oh, praise the light! Quick, come!" And she starts running back to her caravan.
This is why I'm going to roll a fucking one of my...
Just sort of look at you and go,
Yeah, tear someone's heart
Well?
out accidentally. Yeah, are you following her?
Yeah, I'll go with her.
Alright, sure.
I'll stay along, just keep on out.
Yeah, so she runs she's got about 3 wagons all up. She's got, pretty much the 4 other people were split between 2 drivers of the wagons and 2 guards who are both wounded as well. But as she sort of runs through, one of the wagons closed in, maybe used for sleeping or just her general wagon, and she pulls the back open, and then what looks like a younger sort of teenage girl. She's basically she's got an arrow in her side, basically going sort of through in an angle where you can clearly see someone's tried to snap and pull it out, but they haven't been able to get the arrow out. It's been embedded halfway into her, so that they can't pull it out either way.
Fearless leader.
Well, this is Super. This is Super who's saying this.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, this girl's
Yeah,
raggedly breathing, and she's desperate. You can clearly see they've tried to heal it, but they have no medical skill.
Yeah, so Torbrick, shouldn't we find out what they were attacked by before we just blindly head off to say we will take you to the next village?
there's time for that. Let's finish dealing with Scraven first.
Right,
Okay.
Yeah, I'll stay with Magnus. Maybe we can try and find out while you guys are handling Scraven.
Yeah, it's just that I don't really feel like being hunted again. It's not fun.
No.
Perfect. Well, Super, if you're going to try and patch her up, do you want to give me a medicine roll? Or you can cast
Yeah,
a
sure.
spell if you want. But the medicine roll's to sort of stabilize her and get her back to the living.
Oh, if she's like that, I can just cast Spare the Dying on her
Fuck.
and stop her dying.
He pulls her heart
okay.
out.
Rightio. So,
At this point, is he screaming for help?
Well, in all fairness,
Everywhere.
if you
10
want,
would be an average. So he's only slightly below average
I
as
can-
far as medicine goes.
Maybe help.
if you want,
Right.
someone else can try and help. But apart from that,
So,
at the moment, you look at
I'm-
this.
I'm
and
there, so I'll
maybe
give it a
what you...
medicine
Yeah,
roll.
sure.
Oh
Oh
shit!
my god. You both walk in, and maybe what happens is you
You'll
look
team with
at
me.
each other, and you're like, and she's like, I thought you were healers. Heal her.
Can I use lay on hands on her?
You can, certainly, but this isn't about to fix her. She's very much in a wounded state. You can drop some healing if you want. How many
Well, it
hit
will
points?
heal her a bit, wouldn't
It
it?
will, but the difference is this is more of a long-term injury of something is literally embedded inside of her that they've fucked up and not been able to get out.
Yeah, but keep her alive at least.
Yeah,
I
we'll
mean,
keep
surely
her
at this
alive.
point we just walk over to her, pull the thing out, and then just make sure she doesn't die. We've got
You-
magic.
You
That's
cure
true. You
wounds
could do
after
that.
you rip the
However-
thing out.
however-
Yeah.
Just
However,
think of the
who's
social-
up there?
Well, first and foremost, ripping something out and then being like, no, it's totally okay, as she screams and convulses, might put the lady off. But You can do that if you want. If you wanted to try that.
I mean, it's better than having it in you, surely.
Could you also just die from it? Like
That
before
shock is a
you
very
heal her?
big thing. But that's a chance.
God damn
more
it,
than anything.
Ted.
I mean, if she passes out, just put a torch to it, close the wound. She's already out. She won't feel it.
If she passes out, I'll
I mean, I
just
can
That's
literally
fucked up medicine you're
cast
practicing.
spare the dying, so she can't.
Listen,
Cool.
yeah.
Have
So
we tried
are you all
leeches?
heading over there, or are you just leaving Super and Magnus to Magnet deal with it?
Super's a cleric, he can handle it.
Cool.
I don't think Torbrick would see any reason to go over there. He sent a healer.
So
I'm gonna
Magnus,
go up
give
to
me
the
that-
gate guards.
Give me that D8 roll, and then we'll cut back to the main party as we go on. Alright, cool. So you're going to keep a healthy
Isn't it a
line, at
D8
least
plus
a
your
little bit.
wisdom?
Oh, it is, yeah. Your spellcaster.
Yeah, spellcasting.
Yeah, it would be actually.
What is your
For a
spellcasting
commoner, that's a lot
ability?
of health. isn't
So
it?
+2, so
Oh,
7.
nice. Okay, yeah. So she's definitely, and she actually maybe her eyes flick open a little, and she's like, and she kind of looks down. The arrow's still embedded in her. And she's like, ah. She, like, what are you telling her? Are you just telling her to lie still or what?
Yeah, can we just like do something to like take the attention away? But do what?
It's
What do you do to distract your
Playing cards.
patient?
Playing
Like a
cards.
performance
So I
check.
actually kneel down above
Sing.
her head.
Yeah.
Oh, so like my knees are just so if she's lying down, my knees are basically at the top of her head. So I'm looking down on top of her. I'm just basically saying to her, just look at me. Everything will be fine. I promise you.
Perfect.
We're going to make sure you're okay.
Oh, that's amazing. That little scene with the staring cloak. That is some inspiration there. Take some inspiration. So, the rest
Did she
of you...
get worried that I look young enough to be a son?
You're like a medical student graduate. You're like, I swear I'm a doctor. Please, please. All right. So, yeah, the rest of
I
you...
swear I played more than just operation.
The rest of you, as you walk up towards the gate, the what's it called? The guard on the gate, he notices you. He's like, these ones. He sort of nods to his compadre and starts to head down. A few moments later, the gate starts to slowly swing open, and so he's starting to walk in, and all the guards on the wall are just looking down at you, watching. And you pass the gate, I assume. You're heading straight to Scraven's, not making
Yeah.
any stops.
Yeah, we'll just go straight there.
Rightio. So
No
you bring in
reason to
the big old baggage cabin, caravan rather, with the heads in. Everyone's sort of watching you as you pass, and then so head. a little bit into
Everyone,
the-
grab a sack, grab a few heads. Come on.
And all the guards on the wall sort of looking down at you and just keeping close. They're not mentioning, they're not shouting you or anything. They're just watching. And maybe you pass a guard on the
Alright.
street who keeps his eye on you as well. You're all just very quietly staring to you. Not even that. All the townsmen, all the citizens are just hopping out of your way. All the guards are just watching very closely. And maybe as you pass by the tavern, the man, a hooded man rather, leans on the front door and just watches you. And he's the only one who seems to show any emotion while watching you. He sort of looks up and grins from behind his hood. Horribly scarred face, but he seemed happy to see you.
That's great. I'm going to give him my dead man stare.
It just makes him
My
smile.
bottom of the sea dead man stare.
Perfect. So, yeah, so you start to head towards the tavern with Scraven in. So, the front door of Scraven's house has 4 guards at the front, and they basically, they're the first ones to talk to you, pretty much of anyone in the town. They stop you at the gate and they go, "All right, now listen here. We've got what's his name?" And he kind of leans over to the other one. Torbrick, Torbrick, that's the one. You're allowed in, and you can take your slaves too if you need someone to pour water.
No, see, what we have here, as your Lord Scraven requested, as I'm sure you're aware, and I'm going to gesticulate towards the cart filled with goblin heads. He requested them be delivered to him in person. As you can see, I can't carry them all myself.
Oh, good. All right.
If you're willing to help, though.
Give me a quick persuasion check on that one, to sort of rebuff their orders.
Where's mine? This way.
Oh.
Bullshit.
Natural one.
Knock the fuck out, mate.
Now you don't even get anyone to pour water. You gotta do that.
Averagely below average. It's a 6.
He sort
I
of
rolled a 1.
He stops for a moment,
I
he
know.
looks, and he's like, "Well, yeah, he did say he wanted them all to himself, didn't he?" And he sort of licks his lips and smiles. He goes, "But he also said you're the only one allowed in. So I think you'll have to take them all by yourself." And he sort of leans back
Alright,
against
begin
the wall.
making multiple trips.
All right, yeah. So
I'll go in. All right, so I'll gather up a sack of heads and sort of walk in.
yeah, they're so maybe the first one you sort of walk in the door. There's 3 more guards just set inside the door of this sort of long hall. It's very much it's set with food as always. Some of Scraven's drinking buddies are there, and at the end of the table is Scraven himself, and he sort of smiles as you walk in. And are you gonna offload first and then talk to him, or are you gonna?
I'm gonna go heads as requested and just dump them.
He smiles. Says, "I never doubted you." Please continue.
All right, I'm gonna basically make the many trips required
All
to
right.
deliver his heads.
Yeah, this whole time the guards are watching you. And maybe the guards out front are just giggling to themselves and having a good
I'm
laugh
sure they're
at you.
smiling away, laughing
They're
away.
having such a good time at this. Yeah, we told that one what for, didn't we? Oh, yeah. It's just a great time for them.
I'm gonna lean towards me and say, "Oh, you really told him what for?"
Yeah, perfect. They're a little bit shocked. Shut the fuck up. Ugh, right. Perfect. So after maybe 20 minutes of just constantly moving heads, you finally get them all inside. Just these sacks and sacks of. Do you dump them out on the floor?
We're sort of ankle deep in heads here.
Perfect. So you sort of you sit down at the end of the table, and Scraven is just so happy. He's got this big smile on his face. Oh, I never doubted you. So many. And
Payment.
He goes, yes. How much did I owe you again? It was 2 jobs, yes.
The 2 jobs, yes. I can't actually remember how much, but I feel like I should remember.
He's waiting for a
Anyone
number.
remember how much?
I remember
Feels like
lying
an
about
no.
it.
Yeah.
Was it 200 gold for each job?
It
I
was
feel
I
like
think
it
200.
that's what I lied.
I think one was 400.
No, it was 200. It was. See, it was 200.
It was
gold for
1,000
job.
each, right?
However, he's just waiting for a
No,
response.
I think one was 400, the other one was less.
Well, then it might have been 300 and 100 then, but
I'm
We'll
telling
just
you,
say
it
it's
was
200
200
each.
apiece. You guys, your characters would remember it's 200
The
apiece.
2 jobs. The goblin
jobs,
heads.
All right,
200 gold for those. I'm gonna wait expectantly.
He kind of cocks his head and goes, "Would you lie to me? Are you trying to hurt me?"
Would I lie to you? Scraven, I lie to everyone, but for you, I make the exception.
He kind of leans back and he goes, "You wouldn't cheat me? No?" He seems like he's really intensely concerned that you're going to try and cheat him.
No, we're all friends here.
He kind of brings out the 200 and he puts the 200 in another bag of 200 and he looks at you and goes, I hope we can be friends still.
How do you mean?
He just sort of smiles and he goes, "Well, when people betray each other, they don't stay friends. That would make me sad. So sad."
Are you suggesting that one of us has betrayed the other?
He kind of stops for a moment and he goes, "Are you suggesting that?"
Not at all, not at all. I am simply here to deliver the heads as you requested.
And he kind of leans back and goes, Oh, thank you. I was so concerned, Torbrick." He kind of stands up and he smiles. He goes, Well, are you going to stay for a drink then? Come on, stay."
Unfortunately, business calls as always, and you know my crew, they just can't cope without me.
He sort of nods and he goes back to his quietness and he's like, "Probably try and poison me, wouldn't you? Get out of here."
So has he paid us the 400 gold?
Yes, there's 400 gold just sitting on the table.
I'll just take the old
Alright.
into the old jacket and walk out.
You feel his eyes just burning on you as you leave. Alright, so you guys start to head out of town, and once again, where you move through town, all the guards are just watching you. Maybe a few more are looking specifically at you, Torbrick, now. But it seems the town's very quiet as you just slowly roll back through with the empty cart. And you roll out front. And as soon as you pass out front, the doors slam shut behind you. Jamie walks up and she, at this point, give me another medicine roll, you two. See if you guys manage to remove the arrow in this time.
Fix whatever the
Oh,
hell.
Hey,
there we go.
that's much better. Oh, come on, Magnus.
All right. Jamie steps forwards towards.
No, I'm a shit medicine. I'm a shit
he was
doc.
very caring. Yeah. No, she steps forwards towards you lot, and pretty much holds out a bag. She says, half now, half later. It's 55 gold in there. 55 when we get there, and the extra 10 is for. She kind of smiles a moment. For your kind healer, both of them.
We don't need extra money for the healing.
She goes.
Are you
we don't
serious?
do that.
Shh.
It's a
Dude!
service.
No, he's a cleric.
No.
It's
Hey.
it's in his thing.
It's his thing as a
Sorry,
cleric,
I
but she's
can't
still
do it
offering you money.
for helping.
She's like, fine then, donate to your church. Just take it. Come on.
We'll make sure.
If we're getting here at this point, I'll just sort of take the money and put it in my coat. Thank
Alright.
you very
Yeah.
kindly. I'm sure it'll go to a good home.
She smiles. He's like, I hope it does. Now look, can we leave here?
I whisper into the captain's ear. That better not go on drink, Captain.
Not at all. As a fellow sailor, you surely must understand that a man has requirements.
Oh,
Perfect.
God, I did need to know that, Captain.
His dwarfiness. Can we find out why they're in such a rush now?
So, before we head off, I'd like to get to know the people I'm, well, guarding, let's say. You mentioned you were attacked on the road. By what?
She kind of grimaces. Ogres. Goblins. There was a group of them. Ugh. She kind of like leans back against the wagon. Look.
If I might interject, goblins from... Did you get note of the direction?
Yes,
The
it
goblins,
was far east and south. We've come just from the edge of the Scorch. We were doing a round trip back to Haven. It's where we came from, Haven. And she kind of groans. She's like, look, it's strange. They weren't there before. I know that much. We've used it. It was a safe road. And then there was... look, a whole...
Goblins and ogres tend to be migratory, vagrant.
Yes, but they were never there before because it was just a constant thunderstorm. The last time we left, that's what it was. It was just constant rain and thunder, and they all hated it. It was perfect for us. But now it's Scorch. It's all just soot. And they're everywhere.
Do we know how the scorch happened?
No. It is, you can ask her. Everyone knows.
Yeah.
No one knows.
But maybe later, not now, Matt. Maybe.
Yeah.
Does anyone know?
No one truly knows. Someone might. But you
Oh,
certainly...
no.
Everyone you ask will give you...
Can I
12
roll
points.
perception on that?
Sure, you know, the examples it's dragons. It's all dragons. No. But yes, someone would tell you, oh, it was the gods that did this. Someone will tell you it's monsters breeding that did this. Someone will tell you it's the general state of society that's doing this, you know. You'll get a different story depending on who you ask.
Depends who
It's
you ask.
oil. It's a bunch of oil. You can get the drills out.
That is maybe
It
what
was a
it is.
giant grease fire.
Quick, has anyone got the dowsing spell?
Perfect. Right. So you guys start to head off far west as you roll deeper into the Scorch, and you sort of it's going to take a few days. She explains it'll be almost a week there. So you can sort of you start to head along, and maybe as you're sort of riding together, I think let's do our first night. So first and foremost, we're going to take a 5-minute break in a second, just for everyone to get drinks, toilet, for me to scull my tea. But before we do that, you're heading off, you get far away from Herder. Something you can notice as well is the pillar of smoke, something you noticed on the walk back, sorry I forgot to tell you, was that was long gone. The rebels' little pillar of smoke they were setting up, that's now gone. But as you're sort of heading back, you've almost reached the goblin lair and you sort of bed down for night. The goblin traps, rather. You bed down for the night, and who wants to be the first to tell a little story of their past?
Before we do, can I just ask something?
Certainly.
Please. What are we doing?
Shut up, Flax.
What are we doing about the whole taking the fort thing?
That's a long way off, I think.
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
I mean, currently we're level 1.
Yeah, that's
Alright.
more of a
And Rimmy's
build-up
gone
in
out
goal.
of his way to tell us how muscular and powerful the guards look.
Point is, these guards are not like the average town guard where you're going to be like, hey, push over. They're literally like a peasant with a spear. These guys are trained warriors because they constantly fight off monsters in their shitty fucking town. You could certainly try and
So
take
like
it.
they're the old guards from like the past editions that are like OP.
Pretty much, yes.
They're like gods in Oblivion
Yes, exactly.
and Skyrim.
Skyrim, no. Skyrim
Don't
were
fuck
fightable.
with them until you got a few levels under your belt.
Oblivion were ridiculous. The guards there were just ridiculously broken.
It depends where you were. If you're in the
True.
Imperial City, it's not even happening.
No.
Oh, come on,
So
we're
many
not
guards.
metagaming now.
Anyway, so who wants to be the first to tell a story of their past? It can be simply a story that you literally sit down and tell. It can be a memory you have where it's not actually a story at all. It's just something you're remembering at the fire. It can be anything you want. It can be a song you sing to the rest of the people if you wish. Just something.
Sure, why not?
Hey, Macarena.
I think you've all heard enough about Todd Rick. Let's hear about someone else.
Super's. I'm going to do it.
Alright,
As
perfect.
more of a prayer sort of style.
Ah, lovely, lovely.
So, brothers and sisters, we gather today not to mourn those who have died, but to celebrate those who have lived. Well, my father used to tell me about a small boy and a hammer. This hammer was possessed with great power, and only the right people would be able to lift it.
It's Thor's hammer.
Not quite, but
It's a Peter A. Bill's
you'll
hammer.
get to it. Now, what would happen is anyone who wasn't able to pick up this hammer would be electrocuted by it. It contained great magical strength, and one day this young lad who of no noble birth, no muscular strength, grabbed this hammer as he tried to protect his family. And what happened? The hammer came with him.
Didn't come.
He swung
died.
and he fought and he fought. And what happened then? Well, the sad part was his family. They were all killed. But what he gained from it was purpose.
And a hammer.
And a big ass fucking hammer.
And a sweet hammer.
Perfect. Go on.
And he knew that this hammer was his idea. His reasoning to go on, to avenge people, to make sure that no one else would suffer the same fate as his family. This is what we take. That no matter where you are from, or what you do, as long as you have the right idea in your heart, then the gods will protect you. Amen.
I mean,
Amen.
it's too bad that boy
Bravo.
wasn't around for the goblins.
Bravo. That was
That was
beautiful.
fucking beautiful. Take some inspiration. Does anyone have any questions or anyone want to like sort of follow
He's
up
already
with
got
their-
it.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, you can pass it off to someone else then because that was amazing.
Woohoo! Wait, I already had inspiration.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
picked
so
it
you
up from the
Yeah, from the
role-playing
kind
of the-
speech to the
the
lady.
nurse.
Yeah, the nursing of the poor girl with the arrow in
He,
the
get, he
stomach.
has to get like some what's it called, XP for RP.
Yes, you will indeed. You'll get some when we do our next rest because we've got something coming up for XP.
Oh, good.
So, I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break. So we'll be back.
Does that count as a long rest?
That does, that night. Yes, that's all a long rest. Yeah,
Oh, thank God I got a healing spell back.
yeah. You go, don't worry. Next fight you would have been in anyway. You guys had multiple days of travel back there and all that sort of stuff. You would have had long rests the whole way. You would have been all back to capacity. So I'm just going to grab a real quick break, gonna scull my drinks and all that. We're back in 5, so 8:25 or whatever the local time is for you.
Cool, quick smoke.
Yeah, I've literally got a pot of tea and a can of not quite beer, but like almost
No,
next to the computer. I don't need to go anywhere.
man, I make when I'm doing my long marathons, just make a big bloody pot of tea, get a sort of mug of milk as well. Have a good time. Get some shortbread to
Yeah.
sort of spread it out. It's good.
I went by a candy shop yesterday. I was gonna make just like a small bag, and then I ended up with half a kilo. So Oh, I clicked dual wheel.
All right. Well.
Literally bonkers.
Hmm?
What Magnet wrote in the Discord.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's Graven.
Yeah, no.
Do a Saw Gerrera. Have you come here to kill me?
I mean, to be honest, I was half expecting him to go after he said, "Can we? I hope we can still be friends." I was thinking, "Oh God, he's like killed everyone outside."
We come out like dead.
Holy fuck! If I'd done that, that would have been like Reigns of Castamere style, crazy good, but also fucking evil DM shit. Oh, man.
Yeah, basically.
I mean,
two
you'd have to
characters
restart the
died 'cause
campaign.
They stayed outside.
God. That would
and that's how my first crew was lost. And that's the story Tobrick tells at the campfire.
Yeah, Tobrick literally loses crew every session. Like, we have to reroll everyone but Tobrick. He just keeps having everyone die around him because Scraven's just breaking you down. He's like, now all
Like
your
you could
friends
almost
are dead
call it
again.
a blessing, but it's more of a curse. You can't have any friends.
Scraven is crazy and he wants this crew dead, but Tobrick is even crazier. He doesn't realise it.
Doesn't realise it's a different crew every time.
The twist is actually Torbert just forgets every time, and it just keeps happening again and again and again.
He has no idea what happened, what's going on anymore.
Tobrick and
Well, that's pretty dark,
Skaven
actually.
in the West Marches. Do.
Completely lost touch with reality.
God damn.
So, Remy, you said the river and the road were wrong on my map, and they would just be.
Oh, pretty much, to get a general idea, the farmstead where the rebels are, is sort of further off. The only reason the road's wrong is because it's, you got to tilt it 90 degrees, but that's just, you can just tilt the paper, who cares? Yeah, rebels are a little further
So
off.
it's just north is to the right, is it?
Yeah, north is to the right. The rebels are a little further off, so they're sort of like up and right more. So I'm just like looking at the picture, they're up and right more. Basically, they're disconnected from the town, but the town itself is all on its own, like together, right? So basically, the idea is that the farm...
honestly, the big black dot was supposed to be the palisade. Like that, the road goes straight through. Was the idea.
Oh, so okay, hang on. So
And like those are outlying buildings, because obviously you don't have a palisaded town and have no outside farm buildings supplying the town.
Except
So that was
you
my
do
idea.
In this case, that's the difference. That's like the
Yeah, the
big
one
difference
the
in this
frontier,
town.
you wouldn't have that really.
There's like no
Because-
farms.
Yeah, the farmstead that you've made is one of the few farmsteads, and that place is pretty much a fortress of wooden kind. Like, you know, when she was opening up the door to say hello to you, or I think rather scream at you and tell Jerry the goat to attack you. That's a note I made, by the way. Jerry the goat. He's still a character in this. Yeah, basically she had like 12 locks on her
Isn't
window.
not Larry the goat?
I was waiting for Scraven to ask about the beast.
See, one thing you could simply do if you want maps that were drawn up is just literally take a sheet of paper like I did, draw the major features, send them to me, I'll flush them out, and then we'll have maps.
Sure, I'll get on that as soon as I got some spare time today once we're finishing up session, but I'm going to scroll the rest of this and we'll get started.
I mean, yeah, because like I made that like basic shape for a map, and I was like, put features on it, and then you didn't get back to me, so I was like, okay, well.
That's because I was working away most of Christmas.
Yeah. Essentially, the way the continent's shaped out after you told me that it was really long on the side, just like a little mess. Essentially, looks like a boot that a clown would wear.
Perfect.
One of Ronald McDonald's clown shoes.
That's the way you described it. We're on like the south, very west, and it goes as far as the eye can see. It just keeps going. So it's like a
the
boot,
guy can see.
and then the eye can see.
All right.
The guy. That guy.
That one guy, as far as that individual guy could see.
Is it
blind.
me with my dark vision?
Everyone's got dark vision.
Yeah, I think most of us have, yeah. I'm not sure if 100%.
Okay, is it me with my perception?
I think
I'm pretty sure I have.
Bionna's one of the few people that doesn't have it.
Another thing I can do, Remy, so that me with my desire to have the maps in the actual browser is I could set them to the aspect ratio of Roll20, and you could just put them in Roll20 as the background.
Yeah, that's a perfect idea. I'll get working on that once we've done the session, because I haven't got anything on for the rest of the day for a while.
Yeah, because every tile in Roll20 is 70 pixels, and I could just say, oh, well, there's that many pixels, 70 times.
Yeah, I can also
yada, yada.
customize a little page for you. I can do, what is it? Scale unit page size. Here we go. So 1 unit every pixels. I can give you just a big or a small page as you want. Anyway, let's get kicking off. So,
Well, yeah, like I said, yeah.
so shall I load back to here? Lovely. Yeah, is everyone back? Are we missing anyone?
Jump check.
Jump check.
Yeah.
All right.
Jump check.
Top down.
It's me.
Yo.
Bizzle.
Hello.
Flaris.
I'm here.
Yay, Griff. Perfect.
Yo.
What's up?
Next.
When is Flaris going to join us?
Oh, Jesus. Right. I forgot to say that. My deepest
He could be
apologies,
part of the
Flaris.
caravan group.
He was part of the caravan group, and I fucking forgot to mention that because instead you were healing the girl.
He already died, though. Like, oh no.
No. You're a teenage girl now, Flourish. Accept this. Sorry.
You're one health and the arrow in your shoulder.
So maybe, yeah, Flourish, what's your character?
At least
Let's
it's not in the
let's
knee, so you can still
run through a quick
travel.
introduction because fuck me, I was dumb. I can't believe that slipped my mind. You were part of basically the caravan that was attacked. Half-elf sorcerer, burn of mail, and perfect, yeah. You're essentially you were one of the caravan guards that were left. There were two left. One of them is your friend Alexander. He's basically just a peasant in the town, few yards back. But most of the caravan guards are dead after the attack by the ogres and goblins. The rest of you barely got out alive. You had to leave a few wagons behind as well. So, give us a quick rundown of your character.
Well, my character is a sorcerer, half-elf, from noble background. Alignment is lawful natural.
Mm-hmm.
My personality trait is my favorite one's lost is lost forever.
Ouch. Damn, you got a grudge.
Ideas is it's my duty to respect the authority of those above me, just as those below me must respect mine.
Fair.
My bond is the common folk must see me as a hero of the people. And flaw is I too often hear veiled insults and threats in every word addressed to me, and I'm quick to anger.
A very noble person. So you've got the respect of authority.
You and Torbert are going to get along just fine.
Just fine.
Very quick to anger.
Very quick.
I wonder if
to anger.
Scraven's going to respect that in any way, shape, or form. But we'll see.
Perfect. So yeah.
It fits perfectly because I'm half elf, so and noble, so I'm quick to anger when I hear someone
Yeah, definitely very noble traits.
Talking shit.
Talking shit about the elves.
So it's sort of like you're sort of leading the remains of this caravan. You're the only real warrior left. Jamie's a fighter. She's tough, but she's well, a bit broken right now with a big hole in her side, and Alexander's lost the use of his left arm. It's not that it's fallen off or anything, it's just all the tendons sort of been cut off when an ogre just slammed him with the club. He got knocked aside, scrambled up and ran away. But his arm is now pretty much useless. So, you're all heading along, and I'm going to need some perception checks. Also, I'm going to roll in a stealth roll.
Before we go, can I see if I can mend this wound? Because I've got an idea how I might be able to do it.
Because I mean, surely if we just roll perception checks, one of us is going to get.
Yeah, no, I was going to say we'll use
passive perception.
Passive perception. So I think the highest is Roman roll with 5.
If it's got a +4 or 5.
Does anyone have higher than +5?
A Coriolis and thingy with us. Sorga.
Does he?
Because I mean, they've got higher, but I don't know if they.
No, if they're not here, they're not here. Yeah, because we've got enough people as is. We don't need to sub in party members to make things even more confusing. Right, perfect. I'm just going to roll a stealth check, and you do. Okay, perfect. So, Rob, you sort of notice this, and actually a few of you do as well, because it's a fairly crappy check. As you're about to pass through the area with the goblin traps, you know, clearly it's easy to avoid them. You just step to the right when there's a pit, and you don't trigger the obvious trip, like there's a trip line. You're like, yeah, just not stand on that. You know, maybe you cut it before you do, that sort of thing. You move into this area. It's only like maybe 30 meters long of just scattered traps. But sort of as you're doing this, you look to the right, and you see that in the bushes, where it's like someone is, it's pretty much like, you know, it looks like just a row of thick bushes. And then it shifts, and you can see that one of the bushes is actually a man in a cloak. He hasn't seemed to have spotted you like just yet. Like, so he knows you're there. He's clearly watching you. But whether he knows that you've seen him, you're not sure. But you can quite clearly see there's someone like lurking in the bushes, and maybe with that check, sure. You maybe see a few around him as well. You see a few with him, and they all seem to be in these sort of dark green cloaks, sort of trying to disguise themselves in the bushes.
Okay, well, did you say there's a few around him? There's a few. Right,
Yeah.
There's a few people. So
like where you glance, you can see a few more.
Yeah, I can't just throw a ball bearing at him.
You certainly can. Give me that roll.
No, I'm not going to do that. If it was just him, then yeah, I'd just throw a ball bearing at him, like get him to come out. But I signal. Yeah, I signal to everyone else. Just like clicking of the fingers and pointing in that direction.
Alright,
just give them like a general. We're being watched.
Alright, so you also get alerted that maybe you'll snap up and as he's like, hey, we're being watched. You make certain like silent sort of gestures, and as you do this, as everyone notices and like looks around.
I was about to say, can I hold an action that if they move to attack us, I'll cast Eldritch Blast?
As you look around, you guys see a few more from the other side of the road as well, and then a few more down the road. And as soon as the guy in the bushes realizes that he's been seen, he's like, "Get him! Fuck, go!" And everyone jumps into action. So I'm gonna need some initiative, please. You guys, I'm gonna give you guys a +2 because you have the jump on these guys. So everyone gets a +2 on their initiative. They were expecting you to walk into the middle of their trap before they got noticed.
Hold on, don't we need to reset the turn order and stuff?
We do.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna. What you do is you just put your numbers in, and then I'll sort the turn timer out. So
how many of them are there?
Should be in there. You can count. It's kind of hard to count.
Initiative, not investigation. Rio G.
Oh god.
Wait, where is
do I roll too?
Initiative? It's right at the top.
Yeah, it's right at the top.
Yeah, you roll as well.
Between armor class and speed.
I realise we're about to go into a fight, but I think when it comes to woodland, I have a better perception than Rob,
Do you?
than Adrian.
What's your perception?
Yeah, because I have a natural explorer, woodland. So when woodland, intelligence and wisdom related checks, your proficiency bonus is doubled if you're using a skill you're proficient in, which would be perception among others.
So you
that'll
actually have +8. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
In
good.
woodland.
Okay.
And other further things, but I can,
Yeah. Okay. So
I'll
that's
post
definitely
in
true.
Discord.
Remember that next time.
Just
hang on.
as a quick one, it's just give me when I rolled the initiative, it's give me you wanted to send this result of this roll, but it's
Yeah, just type it in manually. Mine did that as
Yeah.
well.
okay. Well, it was 21. I can screenshot that if.
Where is it? It should have. Yeah, it's
No,
on
we
the
can still
chat
see it, we
anyway.
still
We can
see
all
it.
see it.
Oh, you can still see it, right? Okay.
Yeah, you just go type
We
it
do.
in manually.
We had +2 to our initiative because of like jump.
Oh,
I think
So-
that's what Rimmy said. I think.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I need to
Yeah,
add
where's
2 to that.
Yeah, I said
Yeah,
yeah.
just
Everyone had
keep
2 your
just looking
initiative just
at it.
because you've sort of
Okay.
got the advantage on them. It's not like you're going. It's not like you've got them surprised or they've got you surprised, but you've caught them off foot where they were. They were like, "Oh, we've done this a million times." We'll walk right in the middle of a trap, and you're just like, "Boom! There you are. You're shit at hiding." And yeah, you've just been ready straight away. They still have to scramble out of the bushes. You know, you've got a little advantage here.
Cool.
Well, most of you do.
So,
Andy Toes.
Sorry. With these travellers, are they with a caravan? Are they like got all their supplies in a
fuck.
caravan sort of style?
What you mean the
they're
ones?
ambushing
That,
us on the road.
no, the caravan or the.
So like Jamie and that group.
Yeah, they
have
have
they got all their-
3 caravans. One's like the little one with the teenagers resting in. You know, that's pretty much their sleeping caravan. And the other 2 are
Whereabouts is
supplies.
that?
I
Is
mean,
the
I assume that
people caravan at the front, back, middle?
I was going to say that they'd probably be at the back or in the middle of your baggage caravan, because your baggage caravan's actually got like mercenaries protecting it. Even though they are just sort of wimpy guys, they just sort of, you know, they're there to just look after the baggage while you really do the mercenary work.
Oh fucking hell!
What?
Bloody Rimmy rolls. Here we go.
Look, I've already rolled
120
23.
already.
I'm not saying that they may destroy you instantaneously because of my apparent, like, perfect rolls, but I am saying that.
So he rolled a 7 for the other one.
Don't forget to get rid of those goblins that were there from the last tournament.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting rid of all of them now. Yep. Torga's gone as well. Stobby isn't here today, that's fine. Poor Stobby last session. He got fucked in just about every combat.
Do we want to move him away from the?
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
I
I'll
got
do
fucked
that.
up more than Stobby did.
Yeah, but Stobby
Stobby got
and then-
fucked up by the rolls.
Yeah, he got fucked by the rolls. He ran up, got dropped, and then just couldn't do anything else because no one else could actually heal him in time. He was just on his own.
Just sliding around in the mud, pretty much.
I remember that. That was a good time, though.
I did heal him.
The
Like, I
mud
did-
javelin.
Yeah, the grease javelin.
God damn it. Fucking Flax, I can hear you. Stop it.
Do you not even have like headphones or anything?
I have this on headphones.
Oh wow.
What's Flax?
Yeah, Sugar's got some kind of fancy fucking setup.
Oh, okay.
I see. I need to use 2 computers to watch the stream while I'm doing this.
Okay,
You've got
so
2 computers.
Is there anyone else we haven't got here? I think everyone... Look at the turn order. Is anyone not in the turn
Not,
order?
oh, yeah.
Flaris isn't there.
No, Flaris is there, yeah.
Yeah, but you still got to roll.
Oh, no, I know.
Why do I have 3?
Why do I have 18?
You need to
You need
change
to,
it.
you need to
type
replace it.
yours in.
Type it in, hit enter, make sure it's
Oh.
actually there. Yeah.
I thought you said you were gonna go and do it.
No, you can't.
Oh, no.
I can't change it. thought you had
I
to
could do it, but you've got to do it because otherwise I'm doing it for everyone. Just type it in, and then what I do is I sort the numbers, right? So see, Adrian
no, I
goes
didn't-
first, right? And
I did
then
it twice.
like this, boosh, and then we got Mr. George, cool, and then 17, 13, 13, 10, 7, perfect. So that's the turn order. Yep. Anyone not in there? I think everyone is.
I'm freaking last, pretty much.
No, you're
Almost last. I mean,
Alright, let's kick it off. Adrian, you get the first
I
shot.
have 7.
And I mean, yeah, this is kind of perfect because, of course, you spotted them as well. You get the first
Can
shot.
we have tokens for them?
We can, but we're not worrying about sort of a general area. Do you pretty much, if you
Because I'd like to know how much my grease can do.
yeah,
Because
fair
my
enough.
initial plan was just to grease off the road.
So like that, pretty much there's the sort of roads, goblin traps all along it. If you can imagine.
Before we decide where they're coming from, everything, do we
Yeah.
should we make a riding order so we know where about everyone would be if like
Well,
we were
see,
just riding down the road?
You have the advantage here, right? Because again, also you're not riding, you don't have enough horses. But you have the advantage
Alright,
here
well,
where
walking.
you can pretty much choose where you want to set up because you spotted them first, right? You can like get into position
We
and
got the
then
advantage, yeah.
yeah. So
Right at the back.
Couple of questions. How many are there?
true. Right, there's. Hang on, let me do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.